Facebook Marketplace has been taken over by the scammers. First it was Craigslist. If you've used Craigslist in the past, the scammers got so bad that you most likely moved over to Facebook Marketplace. That's the next best thing. And Facebook Marketplace has been really great for a long time, but a couple years ago it started getting scammers, and it has progressively gotten worse and worse. It's gotten so bad nowadays that it's almost too much of a hassle to even bother with. Here's an example. If you search for PS5, you'll see all the results, but every one of these results, this is a scam, this one's a scam, this one's a scam, not for sure about this one, this one's a scam, this one's a scam, this one's a scam, and you just go on and on. It's unbelievable. I would say more than 75% of these are from scammers. Let me show you how it works. Here's my inbox. Here's two scammers I was just messing with for a while, but they're all almost identical. Let's take a look at this one. You can see how the conversation goes. Like I said, they're basically all the same. And look how much time is wasted on each one of these for people that come on here and may not know about this. And a lot of people, they send money and get scammed and actually lose money. Here's another one. So this guy says, make it 230. And he says, it was a gift, still new. I'll give you plus 2 controllers and HDMI. Here's some of the scam phrases you'll hear. Can I deliver it to you, your place? And what they mean is, once they say, can I deliver it, then they're going to want you to send them some money either via PayPal or Zillow in order for them to deliver it. The next thing they'll do, if it's not delivered, they'll say, oh, do you want me to hold it for you? And then you can choose a time to come get it. They'll give you a fake address and say, come to this address tomorrow, but I'm not going to be available tomorrow. But I'll have all these people emailing about this. So if you'll give me some money to hold this, like half, $100 or $150 or $200 or whatever, if you'll Zillow or Apple Pay or PayPal that money to me, then I'll hold it for you. And a lot of people get trapped by this, so they send them the money, and then you go to pick it up, and guess what? The people at the house will be like, I don't know what you're talking about. You're the 4th person who's come by here asking for a PS4. And they do the same thing with cars, housing. It's all the same. It's basically, they want you to send them some money somehow, some way, through Apple Pay, Zillow, or PayPal. So if anybody says anything about delivery or holding something or send them money, most likely it's a scam. And Facebook Marketplace has been destroyed by these scammers. Another thing that these scammers have in common, if you see the button that says more options, if you click that and then click view marketplace profile, you'll see the person's profile, and then right here you'll see view profile. And usually they have 1, maybe 2 pictures, maybe a couple pictures, and their address will be wrong. They'll be in a different country or a different state. If you look on photos and then about, they'll usually have little in here. It's normally when you click on their profile picture, it'll say locked, but they're all the same. Here's a forum that's talking about this, and they said, after recently giving away a room of full used engineered flooring via Marketplace, I think my days of getting rid of anything free or for money via online services are over. It's just not worth the hassle. And I think this is what it's coming down to. And that's what it seems like. It's just so much hassle of dealing with these anonymous mobs trying to outdo everyone else to be the winner of the bid. I put a washer and dryer up for sale, and I could not believe how many scammers replied to that trying to get my information. It's really out of control. Here on Reddit, they ask, why are there so many scammers? I listed a piano for sale. I kid you not, I got 8 replies. Each and every one was a scammer. Every single one. Not one legitimate person asked about the piano. Then it goes on to say, when did Marketplace become such a cesspit? And that was 1 year ago, and it has been a cesspit for a while. Now you got to ask yourself, how can a FANG stock company, and a FANG stock company is the top technology company, there's 4 of them, they call them the FANG, and this is where an enormous amount of money from hedge funds and from retirement funds, all that money they want to invest, they pour into these 4 main companies. So Facebook receives so much investment money, it is unbelievable. And they have legions of some of the smartest, best engineers in the world working for them, some of them making $500,000 plus a year working from home. So how does a company that has so much money pouring into it and some of the smartest, brightest minds in the world working for them, how do they allow all these scammers on Facebook, which you can easily see it's a scammer? So why can't they? Why aren't they stopping them is the question. ABC.net Australia did a great article. It says Facebook Marketplace has become the home of scammers. The problem may be getting worse. Here's some short bullet points. Facebook Marketplace dominates reports of online buying scams, and the problem appears to be getting worse. The report of buying and selling scams increased 78% in the final quarter of 2023, with most of these reports involve social media or other online marketplace. Australia's government is even preparing a mandatory code that would require digital platforms to do more to block scammers. And again, you may be asking yourself, why would a government have to go through all of this to tell Facebook Marketplace, hey, you need to stop these scammers? Why is Facebook Marketplace allowing these scammers? That's the question. Now, a little further down, you can see right here, social networking. And this is an interesting little graph. You can see it was usually emails how scammers would work, but now in 2023, they've taken over the Facebook and social networking, mainly Facebook Marketplace. It's the biggest one, and you can see all the scammers as we talked about previous. Now, Reddit, they have a theory of why this is happening, and I agree with them. It makes sense. What they think is happening is Facebook gets a lot of their investment money and their advertisers by how many people they have on their site, how many accounts, how many daily clicks. And what Reddit thinks is they don't care if it's real organic people on there using the system or if it's scammers. If 1/3 of all the accounts are scammers and causing all this activity on the marketplace, you can see how many emails can go back and forth just with one scammer. And there's literally, like I said, 75% are scammers. So Reddit thinks that Facebook is just turning a blind eye to it. Hey, they're getting a lot of clicks. All these scammers are creating new accounts. It's looking good for their stats. So when advertisers or these big hedge funds want to invest in the company, they can show these numbers of, hey, we got all these users, we've got all these clicks, we've got all these people doing all this stuff on our platform. And so they're just turning a blind eye to it. And I can't think of anything else. I mean, it makes sense. And it's terrible that that's happening. And it's terrible that the Australian government is having to pass mandatory code that required digital platforms to do more for blocking scammers. I mean, it's gotten that bad. Another thing you got to think about is Facebook Marketplace has a monopoly. Where are you going to go? To Craigslist? They're worse. And now Facebook is getting bad. So there's no competition. So they have all this money pouring in, so they don't have to do anything. I find it totally fascinating. I would love to hear your take on this. What do you think about Facebook Marketplace? Do you feel like scammers have taken it over? Has it gone downhill? Do you feel like Facebook is doing anything to control the scammers? Have you been scammed by these scammers? And if so, how? Here's a post on Reddit, and then there's a lot of posts just like this that say the same thing. For everyone asking why Facebook doesn't do something about all the scammers, it's simple. They aren't making any money off your local sales, so they don't care. Facebook provides this wonderful social media platform for free while making billions on your data. You could say that Facebook is the biggest scammer of them all, so they really don't care about the little scammers unless it costs them money or they get bad publicity. This person here says Facebook Marketplace is a cesspool of deceit and fraud, and I feel the same way. It has gotten so bad, I was really distraught. I do use it, but only deal locally. Insist on cash and meet in public place. The second some idiot starts with, I live far away, my cousin is close, he will pick it up, I'll pay online. After my telling them 3 times cash only in person, no skipping, I blocked them. Yeah, there's a lot of posts too that they say that they report these people, and I've reported so many, but nothing's ever done about them. So it seems like you would report them, somebody would look and could easily see it's a scam. They're asking you to send money via PayPal. They could look at their profile, but they never do anything. Also, they could easily crack down on these if they wanted to. One of the ways that they would do it is they would simply say, if this person's from Russia and they're creating an account saying that they're in Dallas, when the person creates the account, they can see where their IP address is coming from. So if they say this person's from China or Russia, they're creating an account and they're saying that they're from Dallas, and now they're trying to post stuff in Dallas, even though their IP address is pinging from China, there's a problem here. So they could easily wipe out a ton of this just by doing that. Second, they could have some kind of verification through a phone number. There's a lot of stuff they can do, but they're not doing any of it. And that's the reason it comes back to people on Reddit thinking they're doing it on purpose. They don't care because it's padding their numbers. Yeah, and this one says on here, just like I was talking about, but if you look at the seller's details, you'll learn the seller isn't actually from the country they're making the list from. Yeah, and like this person says, unfortunately, there's enough people who fall for these scams, which encourages the scammers to go even further. Here's another one. It says, it's insane. I don't even know why I try to use Marketplace. I've put up 7 things for sale, and in the first few hours, I get hit up by dozens of scammers doing the exact same thing. I'll pay you over PayPal. Oh, it's a business account. I need your email. My son will pick it up tomorrow. I'll Venmo you now. Literally 7 people total 2 hours and went through the same BS. Just want to sell some stuff, damn it. Why do you think all the scammers are allowed to stay on Facebook? Do you think Facebook's turning a blind eye? Or do you think something else is going on? I'd love to hear about it in the comments below.